He refused the return ticket. It cost 50 pence more than the single, and he didn't need it. This is dark Reflex, where some disappearances leave wreckage, and some leave nothing, not a trace, not an answer, just a boy, a platform, and a city that swallowed him whole. Andrew Paul Gosden was 14 years old. He lived with his family in Doncaster, South Yorkshire, a working town in the north of England, flat and industrial, where the trains run south toward London every hour. Andrew was not an ordinary 14-year-old. He had never missed a single day of school, not once, no illness, no truancy, 100% attendance record in a school career that his teachers described as exceptional. He was part of a national program called Young and Gifted, a scheme for the top 5% of students, the ones whose minds ran faster than the curriculum could keep up with. The plan, spoken aloud by people who knew him, was Cambridge, mathematics, a future that had already been sketched out in broad, bright strokes. He had just returned from an educational summer camp for gifted children, a few days at home. Then, on the morning of Friday the 14th of September, 2007, he got dressed, picked up his bag, and left the house as if heading to school. The street outside would have been quiet, early autumn light, the particular stillness of a Friday morning. But Andrew did not go to school. He went first to his bank and withdrew £200, everything in his account. Then he walked back home, while his family were out, and changed his clothes. Black jeans, trainers, a black Slipknot t-shirt, the kind of outfit you choose carefully. Then he walked to Doncaster railway station and joined the queue for the ticket window. When it was his turn, he asked for a single to London King's Cross. The clerk, doing what clerks do, mentioned that a return was only 50 pence more. Andrew declined. That moment stayed with the ticket seller. A teenage boy, alone at a mainline station on a school morning, buying a one-way ticket to London and turning down the return. It was small enough to ignore. It was specific enough to remember. Andrew boarded the train. He arrived at King's Cross Station in central London sometime that afternoon. The station's CCTV cameras captured him, a slight figure in a black t-shirt moving through the concourse, past the barriers and out into the city. That is the last confirmed image of Andrew Gosden that exists anywhere. He was 14 years old, carrying £200 in cash, wearing a band t-shirt, and London absorbed him completely. His family reported him missing that evening when he didn't come home. The search that followed was national. His face appeared on missing persons posters, on television appeals, on the websites of charities dedicated to finding people who vanish. His parents, Kevin and Glenys Gosden, gave interviews. They spoke plainly about a son who had given no warning, left no note, shown no signs of distress that they had been able to see. South Yorkshire Police launched a formal investigation. Detectives worked through Andrew's digital footprint, his computer activity, his online accounts, any correspondence that might explain where he was going or why. Whatever they found, if anything, was never made fully public. Hundreds of reported sightings came in over the following months and years. None were confirmed. The City of London, 8 million people, thousands of transient lives, had no verified record of Andrew Gosden after that station concourse. Then, in December 2021, 14 years after he disappeared, police arrested 2 men on suspicion of kidnap and human trafficking in connection with the case. The arrests generated significant attention. For a moment, it seemed like the silence might finally break. Both men were subsequently eliminated from the investigation. No charges were brought. The file remained open. The family remained without answers. Here is what resists easy explanation. Andrew Gosden was not a child in visible crisis. He was, by every external measure, a child on the verge of something remarkable, gifted, consistent, loved by a family who, by all accounts, had no idea anything was wrong. He had just come back from a summer camp for exceptional young people. School was resuming. Cambridge was on the horizon. And yet, he withdrew every penny he had, dressed with intention, walked to a train station, and bought a ticket with no return. The 50-pence detail is the one that won't leave you. A return ticket costs almost nothing. You buy it on instinct, on reflex. You don't think about it, unless you have already thought about it, unless you know with a certainty that costs nothing to perform that you are not coming back. Whether Andrew Gosden left of his own choice, whether something in that gifted, contained life had reached a breaking point invisible to everyone around him, or whether something far darker was already in motion before he reached that platform, nobody knows. The 2 arrests in 2021 suggest that police at some point considered the possibility that Andrew did not simply walk into London alone. That possibility has never been closed. Andrew Gosden would be in his early 30s now. Somewhere in whatever version of the world contains the answer to what happened on that September afternoon, there is a reason he stepped off that train and never called home. There is a person, or an absence, or a choice, waiting at the end of that thread. His family are still looking. South Yorkshire police say the investigation remains open. The Missing People charity still carries his name. The ticket seller at Doncaster station remembered a boy who didn't want a return. 14 years later, detectives were knocking on doors, and still nothing. A CCTV frame, a black t-shirt, a concourse. Some disappearances have explanations buried inside them, waiting to be found. Some have explanations that nobody will ever speak aloud. And some are just a boy on a platform, turning down 50 pence worth of the way back. Stay in the dark with me.